Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil. Exciting episode for you guys. It's Mark Yoda Friedenberg, who happens to be Neil's dad, and all that he brought to pickleball.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil, the pickleball podcast that is not afraid to call out the drama. I'm your co-host, Gina Salento, and this is Neil Friedenberg.
We're not here to talk about the pros or sugarcoat anything. We're here to talk about the chaos, the drama, because that's where really the sport lives.
This one's really special just because not only is he my dad, but he is an OG in pickleball. And it was pretty neat to see his journey and how it all started and what he brought to pickleball.
Really interesting. And we started off by asking him how he got involved in pickleball.
I always played racquetball, but outside the court, the racquetball court, there was this other strange looking court. And I asked my friend, well, what is this? And he said, that's pickleball. Well, how do you play it? Well, he showed me how to play it. And I quickly fell in love with the game. I mean, it was so much fun. I started playing. Yeah, I got the snot beat out of me.
We all have our first time.
But the thing is, I kept playing. It's like eating potato chips. I wanted more and more and more. And that's how I started.
That's great. That's when I was just getting I was in high school, just out of high school a couple years. So that's a long time. So you have really seen it evolve.
Yes.
Blow up, and to be a part of that beginning stage of it, to see where it is now with over 50 million people right in this country alone that are playing. And then did you teach it to Neil? How did you come into that?
About the same time, back in 1989, I was, 12 years old, and the Weyerhaeuser headquarters in Federal Way, Washington, they had this fitness center, just like he was describing, the racquetball court right next to that pickleball court, and it was open on the weekends. So he would invite me to the courts, and sometimes my sister Julie would come too, and we'd all play, and I fell in love with it too.
Sure.
I was playing some tennis, I was playing baseball, basketball, pretty much all the sports I could imagine. But then we played pickleball, and the story goes, like you all start, you get your butt whooped.
Yeah.
Usually by someone older, and boy did he whoop my butt, and he was learning the game, and I was just trying to beat him, and that was my objective. But that's when I learned how to play.
Awesome. And how do you go from learning how to play, loving the game, to developing your own company, Pro-Lite Paddles, and then just building paddles? Like, how did that evolve?
Well, that's a long story, too. I was working at the time. I was a contractor and a programmer type. And I decided to buy Pro-Lite, or it was called really the Ultralight Paddle Company.
Okay. Where were they out of?
They were out of Kenmore, Washington.
Okay, so you knew of them.
I knew of them.
Okay.
And the guy who was making the paddles was not doing a very good job. I noticed that. I asked him, well, do you want to sell the company?
Wow.
And in 2004, December, I bought the Ultralight Paddle Company and renamed it Pro-Lite.
Where'd you get that name from?
Because the paddles were called Pro-Lite.
Okay.
So I figured, all right, well, if the paddle's called Pro-Lite, why not name the company Pro-Lite Sports? So that's what I did.
So you renamed it.
I renamed it.
And then you went full-time into that, or did you kind of keep your day job?
Well, the thing is, I was keeping my day job and I was building paddles. And many of the paddles I had to build until 3 o'clock in the morning to get my my paddles out. And I said, I don't have time for this. So I quit my day job and said, screw it. I'm going to make paddles for the rest of my life or whatever.
And then did you hire like really cool engineers, or is this something that you used your mind to develop these paddles?
Well, I learned from the original owner how to build these paddles from scratch. It wasn't easy.
What were they made of then?
They were made of
like fiberglass?
Fiberglass as well as graphite skins, but underneath was a Nomex core. Right now, the most popular one is the polypropylene core.
Okay.
It lasts longer. The Nomex core was a good core, and I had to build these paddles.
And you cut them all out and manufactured?
No, I didn't cut them out.
Okay.
I wasn't that dumb.
Okay.
No, I had another company cut them out, and then I took the home handles, had to shave them, sand them, make them smooth, glue them on.
All by hand.
I'm sure that was really healthy too.
Right.
It was a mess.
Yeah. And you did this at the facility, or did you do it like in your garage?
In the garage.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
In the garage.
That's where all great companies started.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so then you eventually built that up, and then Neil, you were growing, and you were watching him do this on and off?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah.
I was also out here in Wisconsin by that time. I was teaching and coaching tennis and teaching kids with special needs. That was my job. That's what I loved to do. And in 2011, he gave me a call and said, "Hey Neil, what do you think?" That's all he said. I don't know if you remember that, but that's all I said. What do you think about what? Pro-Lite. Yeah, the paddles are great. Because I was playing a little bit at the time, and said, "Well, what do you think about running?" And so that's how it basically evolved. It was April of 2011. Gosh, 34, right around 34 years old, 33, 34.
Was that at the peak of Pro-Lite then? Like you were really making a splash in the marketplace right by then?
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
There were some distributors, you know, it wasn't really all out in the big box stores or anything like that. And at that time, there was about 3 to 4 manufacturers. There was Pickleball Inc., there was S-Type, which later evolved into Onyx, and then there was Pro-Lite. And I also think there was a company ZZT with Spike making strictly aluminum core paddles. And all these cores had the honeycomb. That was the mainstay on pretty much every brand had the honeycomb cores. And you look at it now and it's almost, it's evolving, but it's still, there's primarily about 98% honeycomb cores of some type out there.
Okay. Well, that's super cool. I mean, awesome to bring your son in. Right.
Yes.
And then after that, like when you are one of the founders of USA Pickleball, how did that, like, where's the time frame with getting involved to that level of building a body to house pickleball in?
When I bought Pro-Lite, I also bought the rights to the USAPA.
They were already established?
They were already established.
Okay.
Under S.A.P.A. And I figured, well, it ran its course, apparently.
Okay.
And I had to create a new organization. So I called USAPA without the dots.
Smart.
And that was in 2005.
Okay.
And
20 years ago.
And the big thing is, we had a meeting after the Arizona Senior Olympics. There were about 50 people in this room, and they wanted to form an organization. And all they did was talk. When I worked at the Naval Academy, there on the walls, if not you, who? If not now, when? So I took those words seriously and said, screw it. I'm going to create my own organization, and then we'll go from there. So I created my own organization with 11 board members. Why 11? This way we have...
Not even?
You know, it's not even, and everybody has a vote.
Really cool.
Okay. No one person can dominate. So we created that, and it went along for quite a while. And look at it now.
Right?
Yeah. You've got, I don't know how many thousands of members, and the game.
It's the governing body of pickleball.
Yeah, yes, it is the governing body, and we had some missions. The biggest mission was to develop and grow pickleball, and you can see.
They did a good job.
Yes. Well, there was also one other thing. We had developed an ambassador system.
Smart.
Okay, so what the ambassadors did was go out and spread the word about pickleball. So it was all around the United States.
Organically growing.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And that started it off, did.
That blew up. That went huge from you just taking what you learned in the Naval.
Exponential.
Yeah, that's really fascinating. And then once you got that up and running, then what did you do? Did you find other things to keep you busy? I mean, that's a lot right there. What else did you do after that got going and established?
Pickleball.
You played that. I was waiting for that answer. That's smart. Okay, so
I taught pickleball.
you taught pickleball. Okay.
There's got to be time to play. Right?
There's got to be time to play. That's right.
Yes.
And then, Neil, when you were growing up and you saw all this happening, that must have made you so proud that your dad was just taking the reins and like killing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was cool to see the sport evolve, but how he was so important and vital to the game, you know, and how it grew and grew and grew. And I mean, look at it now.
One of the things that did grow the sport is the tournaments, okay? We had a lot of tournaments, and I loved playing tournaments. One of the things that got me into tournaments was playing at warehouses. We had some good players there. A guy named Billy Jacobson, who was in the Hall of Fame, and Mary Sigmund. Mary Sigmund is really known to me because we played in a first tournament together. We played men's doubles.
That's
We didn't play mixed doubles. We played men's doubles, and we came in second place.
Oh my gosh.
We only came in second because we had to beat 2 Hall of Famers, Dan Gabinek and Pat Kane, and they were beasts.
The guys.
The guys, yes. But that really got me started.
That's
playing
cool.
pickleball tournaments, and it really.
Did you ever play one with Neil?
Yes, a couple.
Okay. How'd you guys do together?
We played in
St. George?
St. George.
Fall Brawl.
Yeah, the first match we had to play the team that came in second the year before.
Okay.
The highest level, too.
Yes.
Here we are 30 years apart.
Wow.
And we won our first game, but we lost the next two.
Okay.
So we were pretty close.
Are you similar on the court?
No.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Are you more of a banger or more of a dinker?
I'm more of a dinker.
Old school.
Yes, patience. Neil gets too excited.
Pulls the trigger too soon.
Yes.
Any fighting did you guys have arguments on the court, or would you just stick together and work through it?
We usually stuck together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because, that can happen so easily. I see that in husbands and wives. That's a long car ride home.
Yeah. Going back to the tournament experience, it's just whatever happened, but we played together as a father and son, 30 years apart. It was an experience. It was a memory for sure. And to go up against the second place team from last year right off the bat, that was awesome. And we worked together through it. The next time we played, I think it was Kalamazoo, Michigan, and we faced quite a few players. It was a lot of fun. We never argued. We worked through it. He was more that wall, that mainstay holding his own, and I was trying to be more of the aggressor. But I remember one match. This was fun. We played, I think it was Dave Weinbach and Rick Witzkin. They were partners.
I've had them both as partners, so
Yeah.
that must have been interesting.
We were playing, and we played, I think we lost the first one 11-7 or something like that. And I remember one shot.
And this is open?
This was open.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this was open. No matter what, we always played open.
Yes.
Because it's the experience,
Yes.
If we lose,
Go
we
big or
lose.
go home, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Rick, he's a big guy. So Rick hit the ball hard and tagged him. And I remember you looking at me. I had this face. I was like this. You asked me, what's wrong, Neil? What's wrong? Nothing. Focus.
You're being protective of your
I was being protective
Yeah.
of my dad, and during that match, there was a dink battle going on, and I curled a little forehand and hit Rick right in the I think the gut or like the side, and he was laughing, I was laughing, and he understood it, and it was just like little payback, but that's pickleball, and
Yeah.
we're laughing, we're having fun, and everyone liked each other on the court, and that was it.
That's awesome.
That was it.
That's-
That's a memory. I'll never forget that
That's
stuff.
so cool. Mark, how have you seen, since you started all this, into getting involved in as the years have progressed and the crazy frenzy of how this has taken off and affecting people that have never played a sport, people that are transitioning from another sport into this? How have you seen the game evolve? Like when you watch it, how have you really seen, what's your 2 cents on it?
Well, the biggest thing is you build it, they will come.
Agreed.
All right. So there are a lot of senior communities out there. People like to play pickleball, and they buy homes. They buy homes because they have pickleball in that community.
Yep.
And then a lot of other people come by and hear the noise. What's this noise? Well, how do you play this game? It's like eating potato chips again.
Yes.
They like what they see, and they play and play and play.
And relationships start.
And relationships start.
That's what it's
Friendships,
about.
relationships.
Friendships.
Yes.
Long.
A lot of socialization.
100%.
Everybody complains about what's ailing them, right? And, I've got a surgery next week.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
So true.
Or,
True.
and the doctors, the surgeons, they love us. They love pickleball.
Billion-dollar industry.
That's right. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. More operations all the time.
True.
We're all supporting each other.
Yes. This episode is brought to you by Centerline, making great, comfortable pickleball clothes that look great on and off the court. I personally love wearing it, especially when I'm lazy putting sunscreen on, and I know that their fabric has built-in SPF in it so that I can feel like I'm protected from the sun. I love it because it's super light. I have extra flow when I'm on the courts. I don't feel like it's restrictive at all, and it absorbs sweat. They come with a lot of extra colors too, and the artwork on the shirt is minimalistic, so it's just a very classy, lightweight, luxurious look. What would be something that you would say to somebody that's wanting to get into this game?
The biggest thing is to learn the basic fundamentals. And most people learning the game don't have the proper fundamentals.
What would be fundamentals for you?
Fundamentals would be like holding the paddle. Holding the paddle is extremely important.
Mm-hmm.
And then hitting the ball. How do you hit the ball?
The lost art of dinking.
The lost art, but yeah, that's an art.
That's it.
It's even an art in the pros. A lot of them really don't dink well.
Interesting. What constitutes a great dink for you?
A great dink, soft, and put it exactly where you want to put it.
Which is where?
Which is where? Most of the time, the corners.
Feet.
Maybe in the middle. Maybe if there was somebody who was more aggressive, so you put the ball a little on the less aggressive player, and so they try and take over and mess it up.
Yep.
So little things like that.
Are you someone that uses a lot of spin? I get a lot of players that think that spinning is everything, and I try to say less is more. Where are you with that?
Okay, spin is very important.
What kind of spin do you think?
I use top spin, but not a lot. But I use a cut or a backspin a lot on the return of serve. Because if I cut the ball on the return of serve, a lot of times they're going to rip the ball hard, and it just goes right into the net.
100%, and it's hard to dig that out on the third.
That's right.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think that cut comes from your previous background in sports?
Yes, it does. It comes from not tennis, but it comes from ping pong.
Okay.
Because you want to cut the ball in ping pong.
Yes.
So that's where it comes from.
Gotcha.
As far as racquetball, no, you can't really cut the ball there.
So when you had such a racquetball background, were you finding that when you started in this game, you were wristing a lot and you had to control that wrist? Because it's your muscle memory was always using that snap? Or did you adapt quickly to changing that?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. I don't use a lot of wrist, okay? I try and keep my wrist solid.
Perfect, yeah. But I'm saying coming from racquetball, which is always using that wrist, transition from wrist play now to keeping it solid, was that hard for you?
No, because I kept it hard. I kept my wrist.
Hard as racquetball too?
Racquetball too.
Okay.
In racquetball.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't really have much of a problem.
Okay. I see a lot, don't you, Neil? See a lot of people when they're transitioning, especially with a racquetball background, how they snap the paddle with pickleball?
A lot of wrist, yeah. They get a little bit too much into the spin, the top spin, getting wristy,
slicey,
slicey, and breaking their wrist. And that's actually one thing that my dad taught me a long time ago was especially thinking, keep that wrist firm, keep it straight at impact. And when I'm coaching and teaching, say that all the time. In fact, he used to tell me, wear a wrist sweatband. Yeah. That was one thing he told me was wear that. And that's kind of that reminder. It also keeps your wrist fairly still and firm through impact. And
awesome.
It's a good little trick.
I have a question for you, Mark, which I want to know, what do you think is your best shot?
My best shot?
I mean, I'm sure you're well-rounded, right? You have to be at that level. But if you had your go-to shot, what would it be? What's your best shot?
Well, it depends on where the ball is.
Well, sure. But is there something that you do that's pretty lethal, that you have really good results with, that you can consistently...
I like my faking techniques.
Lookaways?
Lookaways, step one way.
Inside out?
Inside out, I step one way and hit the other way.
Love that.
And the reason why I do that is because when I step, people are looking at the action. So they look at my legs. I'm going this way. So they lean this way.
Sure.
And sure enough,
it's a fake out.
The other way. So I like that. But as far as favorite shot, I don't have a favorite shot. I really don't. I go with the flow.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. But there's some, do you have a better side? Are you more solid on the forehand than the backhand, or both?
I'm solid on both.
Okay, that's a great answer.
And why? The reason I know.
No,
the reason why I'm solid on both is because I always want to play to my partner's best abilities. Okay, so when I play to his best abilities or hers, she might be on the left side. Maybe that's her favorite side.
Yeah.
So I'll play the right side.
Perfect. We get along great.
Then again, in many mixed doubles, I'll have the woman play on the left side because usually the woman...
Her forehand.
Yeah, her forehand. But she'll be lined up possibly with the other woman.
Yes.
So let them go at it.
Makes sense.
Rather than her on the other side.
Keeping her in that little...
side. Yeah, if you keep her on the right side, then the guy can rip her.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
so true.
Why do that?
I love how you think.
Well...
You're not just a pretty face.
Kidneys.
I had to hesitate on that one for a second.
Is there anything, Neil, is there anything you want to ask your dad?
Well, when we go to tournaments, when we used to go to tournaments too, wherever the pickleball courts are, they know you as Yoda. And it's amusing to me because I've always called you Dad. Why do they call you Yoda? I want to know where that name originally came from.
Well, let's hear the real story.
Okay.
A long, long time ago, in a log cabin in Hollywood, California. A young couple had a baby boy. They were stunned by the appearance of this small, wrinkly being. My goodness, they said. He really looks like an ancient one. So they named him Yoda. No, that's something that I thought would be cute. But really what happened was I played this young punk in a tournament and he just looked me up and down, you know, thought he was God's gift to pickleball. And we played to 21 at the time, and I beat him in singles 21-5. So that was a good beating. And he comes off the court, throws his paddle against the wall, and says to his friend, "God damn it, I got beaten by an old man." And his friend, who I knew very well, he said, "No, you didn't get beat by an old man. You got beat by the ancient master, Yoda." And it stuck.
That's cool. That's a good story.
So that's where it came from.
Oh my gosh, I wonder where that kid is now.
Actually, that kid, I saw him last year.
Wow.
At a picnic we had.
Oh my gosh. Is he in Arizona?
No, he's in Seattle.
Okay.
I told him the story.
Did he remember?
He remembered me beating him.
That's all that matters.
So with pickleball, the way it's progressed to where it is, I mean, it's really changing rapidly. The growth,
Yes, it is.
the money that's being put into the game, technology. What is one thing that you would change with the direction that it's going right now? Is there anything that you like? Is there anything that you would change?
That's another tough question because no matter what I say or do, technology is technology. You know, they're going to build paddles. I don't like the idea of foam.
Okay, why?
Cork because it adds a rebound effect.
Like a trampoline?
Trampoline effect on the paddles. So, but that's the way it is. And I noticed some of the paddles are being sunsetted.
What does that mean?
Sunsetted means they're going to retire these paddles because they have too much pop.
Right. Well,
Okay, so 5 or 6 or 10 paddles get sunsetted. Well, what's going to follow in their path? Another 50. So you're not going to stop that.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because those paddles with a lot of pop are causing a lot more head injuries and eye injuries.
It's true.
So what do you do?
Yeah, where
Better wear glasses.
Yeah, I know. I gotta start wearing glasses more.
Me too.
What do you like about the game that it's going on? You see how aggressive it is now. What do you like that part of it?
I don't mind because I started playing pickleball with an attitude of in your face. I learned this playing somebody in singles. Now, I thought I was really cocky at the time. I saw this little guy, he's 5'6", you know, and who the heck is he? I'm playing him in singles. All he did was put the ball back in my face, okay? He just put it in my face as a...
Getting it back every time.
Getting it back every time.
Annoying.
Well, it was annoying, and all I did was hit the ball into the net or out of bounds. So I learned at that time, you know, keep the ball in play. Keep the ball in play. And that's what I do nowadays. Somebody hits the ball hard at me, I just keep the ball in play. Just put it back on their side of the court.
Do you like playing outdoor or indoor better?
I like outdoor better, but I started on indoor play, and I don't care. Just give me a court and I'll play.
And how many times a week are you playing?
As many as I can.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So you've had a lot of moments and a lot of history brought, you know, into this game. Creating a governing body, winning national championships. There's so much more. Being inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017. And not just 2017, I got to brag about you a little bit here. But that's the inaugural year that the Hall of Fame came about. The very, very first year the Pickleball Hall of Fame came about, they recognized you as a huge contributor to the sport. And there's so many more moments. I mean, tournaments, family, everything. What would be your proudest moment in
besides
pickleball?
Raising Julie and...
That didn't make the list.
No, that didn't make the list.
Okay.
No, the Hall of Fame, Pickleball Hall of Fame, was one of the highest moments that I've ever achieved. I'm in the Huntsman World Games, Senior Games, Hall of Fame as well.
Wow.
And that was a significant achievement.
Big.
But yeah, the thing is, I don't really think about that. I just think about pickleball and playing and smiling. When I put the ball away, I smile.
Yep. I love your competitive spirit. That's for sure.
That's the big thing. It's the fun, the play.
The people.
The people, health-wise.
Yeah, you're in great shape.
So that's really the big thing, playing pickleball. All this other stuff, yeah, it's nice. And all the medals I have. What am I going to do with 5, 6 boxes of medals?
Right.
What do I care about those things, you know? Maybe Neil will inherit them.
Maybe if you're lucky.
I'll leave them in the box.
I'll leave them in the boxes, just like I do, you know? Yeah, it's not, even winning tournaments, you know, it's nice. And it's all that
It's gravy.
camaraderie and it's yeah.
Is Is that what keeps you coming back?
That's right.
Yeah.
It keeps me coming
To the
back.
courts. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you, Mark, so much. I mean, what an honor to talk to you and to know your story. It makes me appreciate, you and your history so much more, Neil, that you came along the ride.
This is the greatest sport there is, and I could talk about pickleball and preach about it, how it saves lives, adds years, fountain of youth, everything that he's taught me.
Yeah.
I continue to say it and teach people. It's a legacy to me. I just want to say this one other thing. Thinking about how he plays, and you mentioned you were a little cocky before, and how then you become humble and realize, wait a minute, don't underestimate anybody. You taught me that, and underestimate.
I got a story.
He's got more.
I got another story. You know Rick Barry.
Yeah. Basketball.
I played with him in a nationals and we won. Then he didn't want to play with me anymore because I was too young. But the first time I saw him, I got on the court and he was on the other side, and I said, "Please don't hurt me."
Yeah, right. The wingspan alone.
Yeah, and that's a NBA Hall of Famer. So
Nice
many.
guy. Very nice.
Yes.
So many people are coming into this game from other sports, and including Hall of Fame players.
Yes.
Andre Agassi.
Yes.
Donald Driver.
Donald Driver.
I had to play Gigi Fernandez.
Gigi Fernandez, Rick Barry. It's exciting. It's constant. It reignites a lot of people's fire inside to be competitive again when maybe they've retired or they came out of high school or collegiate sports. Going back to how you play, I learned this from you, and I just want to mention it, is when you were playing and when you still play, you're very, very confident. And sometimes people can take that the wrong way. And what I realized was, no, he expects the ball that he hits to go in, just like Michael Jordan would take shots. He missed more than he made, but every time he took that shot, he was thinking it's going in. And that type of mindset is really important in pickleball. And I think you definitely have that when you play.
Well, how do you develop that mindset? My mindset is get the ball over the net, okay? Hit it over the net, because my mindset says I can return anything you hit, okay? Maybe I can't, but most of the time I will be able to return something they hit. So that's my mindset. Get the ball over the net first.
I agree with that. That's a great way to look. Because, and in the net, you're done. Even if it's a high attackable ball, you can recover from that.
Right.
One more ball back.
Exactly.
Excellent. That's good advice. It's simple.
It's simple.
It's simple. It's not always easy to do, but
Sure,
yeah.
keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Very good. Well, thank you guys both so much, Friedenbergs. This was an honor to talk to you and to meet you, and I can't wait to kick your ass on the court. No, I'm kidding.
Is that what it's all about?
No, well, we were the same person. But yeah, so thank you, Neil. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, this is great.
Now we play pickleball?
Yeah, I wish. I wish we could.